Welcome, everyone. This is Jim Sporer with ISSIP, the International Society of Service Innovation Professionals. And today it's my great pleasure to have one of our excellent business expert press authors, Itai Green, with us to talk about his book, Innovation or Elimination. And without further ado, Itai, we'd love to have a little bit more information about you, the author, why you chose to write this book, and then if you could give us a description of the book, that would be fantastic. So
Hi,
take it away.
Jim. Hi, Jim. Thank you very much for having me. And first of all, I would like to thank you for reviewing the book and providing me with great feedback that I was able to learn and improve. I used to be an entrepreneur, a startupist for 15 years. And then in the last decade, I'm running my own consulting firm, helping big corporations to innovate, remain relevant by collaborating with startups, open innovation methodology. And I was deciding to write the book actually in order to create an impact and to bring from my experience best practices of what I'm familiar with to big corporations in order to help them to remain relevant. It's not an easy time for decision makers, for leaders. It's a chaotic time. And I think there are so many challenges and there's so much to learn. So I was trying to put everything in one place, in one book, which is a true executive playbook. It's not a theory, it's not inspiration, it's super practical book.
I agree. It is a very practical book. It's got a good example, it's got a good message, and very practical. So I hope a lot of people watch this video and then get the book. But could you describe the book a little bit more? Take us through the flow of the chapters, if you would.
Yeah, I think the main idea of the book is to provide the readers not only with the necessity to survive by adopting innovation, but also to provide them with concrete tools, concrete tips really that are easy to implement, how to change the DNA of the corporate people, how to change the mindset, how to really allow successful pilots. Running pilot is one thing, but turning it into a success and then implement the technology is totally different. And the whole concept of the book is to make sure that the C-level executives, the board member, and the mid-level management are totally engaged into the innovation, into the process, into running pilots, into speaking with the startup in their lingo, into running as many pilots as possible across the company in order to change the mindset, to change the DNA. And I'm trying to bring in this book the way to always be able to keep on with the pace of change. So nowadays we are talking about AI. Tomorrow, or in 5 years or in 2 years, no one knows, it might be another technology. But the basics of how to make it, how to truly succeed with it, is the same, is agnostic to industry. It's at the end of the day, and in many consulting firms, they're currently publishing it these days that the whole thing, or 80% of the thing, is relying on people, on human
Mm,
resources, on the
right,
way the people are open for engaging with new technologies. Only 20% is technology because technology is there. But
right.
the challenge, the real barrier is to implement and to make people really, really be into it and not saying, not today, not tomorrow, and looking for all kind of excuses that at the end
Right.
of the day are a true risk.
Thank you. Yeah, I think there's the mindset point is really an important one. In ISIP, we talk a lot about T-shaped people, and you got to know the technology, but it's there. You got to know the industry information, it's there. You got to have some expertise in the culture and the geography that you're in for sure. Work practices and and other things, but that mindset whether it's an open innovation mindset or an entrepreneurial mindset or a growth mindset, is so key. And uh, I will include in this recording that I upload that link to your summary, 5-minute video summary of the book, which I think is fantastic. But could you say a little bit more about, um, you know, uh, you've explained well that the barrier is really a lot of times the mindset of the people and getting every shifted. Could you say a little bit about the shadow board idea and how you see that playing out?
Yeah, I mean, the whole concept of open innovation is the understanding that most of the smartest people are not working for you. So always you need to work with partners and with others that are not the natural partners that you usually work with. And one of them is the idea of the shadow board, which by Accor, the hotel chain, they came to an idea that before every board meeting, the kids of the company, when I'm saying kids, those below the age of 35, are getting together and review the same agenda as the board is about to. And they're coming with their own ideas. And this is very smart because we always need to realize and to be modest that we do not know everything. And it is truly difficult to know everything. No one knows, maybe AI, but human being, we don't know everything. And we always need to be open to new ideas by others that are looking at the same situation from a different angle. And at Accor, they came up with this idea. They've been gathering smart people, young people from the company. It could be also outside of the company. And they're just providing a different perspective to the regular board. And by the way, OpenAI has recently announced that they're going to have a version of 6.7. What's behind it? Behind it is the terminology of 6.7. They would like to somehow let the community know that they are engaged with the people, with the young people. So
Right.
this is very important. This is very important, the shadow board. And it costs
Yeah,
nothing. It's just a matter of mindset.
absolutely. Absolutely. And like you say, um, humility, I guess, to step back and say, rather than just advocate your one view, to have humility and really learn the other people's perspective. And when you see a better argument, to acknowledge that with humility, I think is certainly what I try to teach the students that I mentor, Itai. I think that as we get into the AI era, a lot of the routine stuff the AI helps with, but the human judgment is critical. And we both have to develop our identity, our self-identity, and evolve it and change it over time. But we have to have that humility to um, know a better explanation when we see it. And I think that comes through loud and clear in your book, Innovation or Elimination. I really like how you make the point in the book that these companies that have uh, this DNA already are the ones that are outperforming the ones that don't have this DNA. And as you point out in the book, it's not just they've got more money or they've got more talent. It's that they have this particular DNA and ability to execute on that DNA that's so important. So fantastic book. It's high. Really enjoyed reading it. And like I say, I think we definitely want to make sure that when we upload this video, we include any additional links that you want to resources. Could you say what you're planning next?
I'm actually now focusing on launching, on publishing the book. It's currently in English, but thanks to technology, I'm actually looking into translating it to other languages. And
Right.
with technology, we can access new market and new lingos and new languages for a relatively small amount of money. So the first
Mhm.
thing that I was noticing during the last 2 weeks that I'm dealing with the publishing the book, the marketing activity, is that people love to listen to books. And
Yes.
so I'm about to translate the book into many languages, to audiobooks with AI. And I think this is going to be the next step for me. And who knows, maybe in a few years I'll be able to write another book. But
Okay.
currently the idea is truly to create an impact on boards, on C-level executives, in traditional businesses around the world. And
Yeah.
because I truly think that, I mean, these days, the first and most important thing for a leader is to be open, to
Yes.
listen, to
Yeah.
not to run the business via its own ego.
Hmm.
This is a real threat for the company, for its future survival, and the one that will take it all, the leader that will win is the one that is collaborating with the ecosystem, with those others that are very smart and are not necessarily working for him. And I would truly recommend board members and leaders to provide their employees with bonuses, not with regard to the number of employees they're running, but with the number of pilots or projects with others they are running. So the KPIs, according to my view, should incentivize the CEO and others as well to
Hmm.
collaborate with as many as possible. And the best manager these days is the one who run as many pilots and partnerships as possible. And once you realize this, you become much more efficient, much faster. And you know, the only thing that even a wealthy corporate like a bank cannot buy is time.
Yeah, time is the key.
And
I
time
agree.
is key.
And thank you, Itai. This has been a great interview. I'll give you the last word here, but before we close and I ask you for that last word, I just want to emphasize that this open mindset that you talked about is a lot of the things I'm reading is the open mindset is easy for people who are curious and difficult for people who are, as you say, ego driven. So being curious about the world and curious to understand how did you come up with that idea? Why do you have this perspective that's 180 degrees from my perspective? Tell me, how did you get that? And to be genuinely curious about that is often the key to that open mindset, that collaborative mindset is really key. So, yeah, last word, Itai. Any last words for the listeners and the
So,
community?
so I can speak. I mean, during my lectures, I give lectures for up to 3 hours, so I can speak like endless. But I would like to conclude maybe with one point: diversity. I think diversity is super important in the board, in the C-level executive, everywhere. Once you're open to others and you learn other perspectives, you perform better.
Great. Thanks so much, Itai. I'll stop the recording and we'll get this uploaded for the ISIP community. Thank you.